We cover the topics. God covers the girls. Yeah. Covered girls.
Hey,
Welcome to Cover Girls, where we cover the topics.
and God covers the girls.
I'm Keisha,
And I'm Rebecca.
and we're your Covered Girls.
If you're listening in for the first time, we want to welcome you. Come on in the room. Thank you.
Come on in.
This is, however, our first episode, and it's simply just about who we are,
Yes.
why we exist, why we came up with the name Cover Girls, and where we're going with this. So we're excited that you decided to tune in with us. And if you're ready, just type in the comments. We ready.
Please.
My mama give you a little second. Don't you hate when you going into the lives and people are like, come on in, I'm gonna give you some time. But we're not giving you time. Just say I'm ready, because if y'all ready, y'all ready. You're ready, right? You stay ready. But here it is though. Are y'all ready to hear more? Yes, okay.
Ooh, Fran, can you believe that we're actually doing this and that we're actually here?
Actually, no and yes, but I'm just so glad that we're finally here, because we have been talking about this for a long time, y'all. And we are finally in a place of reality.
Yes.
And I'm excited.
Me too. It's like somehow our private conversations have now become
Public.
for the public. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
Basically, like you said, our private conversation now public business. So y'all get in the business. So are y'all ready? Can y'all believe that we're here? I know we have put out a little, tune in, stay ready. But how about y'all? Are y'all ready for me and Keish to really cover the topics?
I don't think you are.
I don't think they're ready. I don't think they're ready from this jelly.
So with that being said, let's get into our first segment, right?
Yeah.
Why are we actually here? What are we doing? But let's start with who are we, right?
Okay.
Beck, so let's start with you.
Okay.
Who are you? That's the first question. Who are you?
I am a mother.
Okay.
I am a daughter. I am a new wife. And y'all, I'm a new pastor.
You're the pastor.
And I'm a creative.
Yes, you are.
Shoot. But yeah, that's all of me. I'm just, I'm a lot.
Okay. In a good way, though.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's another question for you. What's one thing people assume about you, but it's just not true?
I think people assume that I'm just like super, super duper nice and passive. And I'm not. Period.
That's it. That's all they need to know.
And I'm not. No, really. With me, it's just like I'm just either black or white. There are no in betweens. And of course, I don't know why people just think I'm super just nice and like you run over me and stuff, and I'm not.
Well, the nice part is good, but the running over, they will not and they shall not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what people think they can do, though.
No, they try it.
And that's not true. Because you have to understand, part of who I am, I have learned how to navigate people. Because people are going to be people.
That's good.
And just because you allow people to be people doesn't mean that you are dumbing down who you are to allow people to be people.
Oh, that's good.
Is that?
Let me put that on a t-shirt or something.
Yeah, I think that's what people assume about me.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Well, that's a good answer, and I hope that resonates with someone out there who otherwise thinks what isn't true about you. So the third question to you, friend, is what season of life are you in right now? Right this second, right this time. What season are you in?
I'm in a season of transition, definitely.
Ooh, okay.
A season of transition. And transition, it has been going both ways. It has been painful, but it has been yet rewarding. Just losing my father at the top of last year, or the end of last year. Goodness, I can't even keep up with the time.
Yep.
But losing my father, just seeing him go through a transition
Yes.
in the hospital as long as he was, going through that, and then having to get the baton to take on his church. And even before my father was in the hospital, that transition of becoming a random wife. Yes, me and my husband got married randomly. We went down to the Cordy house, Yeah.
It'd be like that.
That's
sometimes.
another episode.
Okay, we're gonna
But
save that.
to transition from being a whole wife, then my father going into the hospital, then having to straight up just take over his church.
Yeah.
and you were part of that transition. But that, and then transitioning my old life, my old self, and not to say there's pretty much too different, because I've always been a church girl, and always been into the church. I've never been a wife, and I've never been a pastor. I've been a leader, but it's just that transition, trying to settle into where I am now and who I'm becoming, and a grandma. Like, it's just so much that I'm looking and maneuvering into.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm in a season of transition. That's basically all I can say is transition.
That's good. That's good. For anyone who, want to know, I just think it's good to be able to answer these kind of questions just for platforms such as this. People see us in different kind of facets of our lives, but they don't fully get to either ask questions, or we don't just come out and say them. So
Right.
I think these are very important questions to ask.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, friend, let me just ask you these questions.
Okay.
Who is Keisha? Who are you?
Wow. Okay. I am a mother. I am a future wife, because there is still love out there, and he out there somewhere. He just ain't found
Absolutely
me
is.
yet. The Lord hasn't sent him, but he's there.
Yes.
I am an entrepreneur. I am just someone who, and I know it sounds like such a cliche, but I really just want world peace. I want I'm a glass half full type of person, so I try to look at every situation, just the way it is, and just try to make the best of it. So I am one of God's girls. He's definitely the head of my life, and the reason why I'm still here to be able to talk to you all. But I'm just free spirit. I'm just here to do my time on this earth and try to leave an indelible mark on somebody's life.
Awesome. Love that. So, actually, I'm just going to go in the same order that you said, because
Okay.
let me stay on task. Okay. So, what is one thing that people assume about you that isn't true?
I can't really say right now this is true, because I'm in a season of no new friends, and that's not on purpose. But I'll run it back to the foundation, my core group of friends. A lot of them said they thought I was mean. They thought I was mean. They said, when I first met you, I thought you were just mean. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? And they were like, you just walked in the room and you just looked like you,
Wow.
you just looked like you thought you was all that or something like that. And I guess in a sense, and this is just a learning moment and a teaching moment, if you're not walking in a room like you own it, what are you doing? You're doing something right.
Say that again, friend.
If you're not walking in the room like you own it, then honestly, I don't think you should be there. So I was just trying to tell people, like, I've never thought I was better than anybody else, but maybe it was my facial expression, or, but once they get to know me, y'all know I'm crazy. Just as crazy as anybody else.
Right, mean.
I don't see it.
Mean? What do you mean you're mean?
That part. Let them know, friend.
They don't know, Keisha. They just don't know you.
They
But
don't
get to know her, please.
Please.
Okay. Okay, so I love that. Now that's a shirt slang saying that you just said. If you don't, we're not gonna go there, but you know what it is. We're gonna have some shirts birthed out of this. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, I love it, but my friend's not mean
At all.
So whoever thought that, don't think it again. Okay, she's really adorable, and she's really so friendly.
Stop.
Okay, so what season are you in right now?
Let's see. I am in a season of healing. Just healing from past traumas, just healing from just adversities, even just with the way the economy is, the way the world is, the way I'm, out here being I don't necessarily believe in saying a single mother, because I'm not necessarily, I am single, but I do have a, helpmate in a sense of helping me with these kids. Their father is very active, but it's just, I'm in a season of just learning to be in my own skin with where we are right now in the world and the economy and my faith,
That's real.
work. I think healing is just so monumental right now, because sometimes we walk around here like the Walking Dead and we're not healed. And I'm not saying I'm healed. I'm saying I'm healing. It's a forever evolving and revolving door. So that's where I'm at right now in life.
Love that, because we're all going to cross that healing path.
Oh, yeah.
You're not saying that you're healed, but you're healing.
Yep.
I love that. It's time to
Friends,
dive
yes.
into how, actually not how we met, but yeah, kind of like that, but our friendship story.
yes.
So I'm gonna ask my homegirl here, how did we meet? Can you tell the people how we met?
Ooh, we met roughly, I want to say 2010, maybe the top of 2010. You were doing nails in a salon on Cleveland Avenue. Again, I don't know what brought me there. I don't know how I ended up there. But from there, you started doing my nails. And just a sidebar, the best nail tech in America, she played too much. We're trying to get her back on the scene, but that's okay. She's got bigger fish to fry. But she's a whole pastor, so we digress. But she was my nail tech.
Yeah.
We've just been locked in ever since. We walked in and she was just such a bubbly, humbling soul, and I just gravitated towards her. So that's kind of like how we met, friend.
That is crazy. You were like literally new clients.
Yep.
Never met me before. Cleveland Avenue, that's where, that's when I first got out of school, actually. My cousin Rhonda, shout out. She believed in my vision and she supported it, and she wrote a check just for me to just do nails because she was my actual first client. So that Cleveland Avenue brings back memories, baby.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's where I met my girl Allie that be stretching all y'all in the city. And if you don't know, now you know. Go get stretched.
That
But
part.
anyway, friend, okay, wow, 15. Oh, that's almost 15 years ago.
So, okay, so with that being said,
Uh-huh.
what was your first impression of me?
My first impression of you has always, it's seamless. It's the same. So this girl lights up any room.
Oh my gosh.
She is the life of a party, not only just she's actually breathes life and brings life to any setting that she's in. She is a ride or die. She doesn't bite her tongue. She's going to tell you the truth, and she's a truth teller. Okay, not a storyteller. She tells the truth, and she's always been that. And that first impression has been a lasting impression because she has proved herself to be loyal. She has been a loyal client. She started as a loyal client. She's been a loyal friend. And she has never changed with her personality like you haven't.
Aw.
And you see how this room is lighting up on this here black wall. She lights up any arena that she exists in, and I love her because she gravitates fully to all that she can be and is, and she doesn't hold back. And that was my first impression. She just one of them. She real. She's just real, and
Thank you.
she's just amazing. I can talk all day about my friend,
Thank you so much. Don't get me to crying and carrying on.
but don't cry for me. Don't cry because you know you healing and I'm in a transition. We is emotional.
Listen, too merch going on.
Oh yeah, that's my first impression. Is that it has been a lasting one. That's why we're here today. So with that though, my first impression. What was your first impression?
Whoo, her smile. And she talked about me lighting up a room. No, she lit up the room. Just this radiant smile. For one, she has the most beautiful smile I've ever seen. And I'm not just saying that to gas you up, friend. She's always smiling.
I can't help it.
She's always smiling.
Crying.
When we first walked in there, and she was like,
How was I?
who is this bubbly chick? And you might have been doing somebody's feet at the time. You weren't even doing their hands.
doing feet.
You was doing their feet at the time. And I was just like, so I just, she just has a natural charisma. People just naturally gravitate towards her. And I think where I was in life at the moment, because I was facing some adversities, I gravitated towards her because she's just that it person. So first impression, I would just say you were just somebody that I knew I was going to be friends with, locked in forever.
And we locked and loaded.
Period.
Thank you, friend.
Yes, okay, friends. So, what was the funniest moment that we've ever shared?
Okay, so y'all know that we go to the same church. And before I became the pastor of this church, we always was there first. So, but now, she's the armor bearer of me, and we locked it in charge. And so we're considered leaders of the church. So we have a very serious leadership workshop that took place like a couple months ago. Because let me stop. Because this girl right here is funny all the time. So you telling me the funniest moment, that's hard. So I'm gonna break it down to just 2 or 3 months ago. We had an active shooter training, And she was just, I knew something was coming, but I didn't know it was coming like this. So what I'm gonna do is, she's a fool. But she kept the training alive for me. We was on the same little, section, whatever. But this is really like serious, because what do you do if an active shooter comes to the church? Because they're shooting up churches now.
Yeah, they are.
Y'all done seen all these clips where they coming up straight to the pulpit and
Yes,
stuff like that,
yes.
trying to get the pastor and stuff for reasons and no reasons.
Yep.
But we want to keep our little membership equipped, and this is what happened. Just watch. Just watch. And that's my funniest moment. Okay. Okay. Do you got it on you now? Because she stays ready, locked and ready.
I left it at home, actually.
That's cute,
I
though.
know. I left it at home.
She was so serious.
I meant that thing. I
Sure
meant
did.
it.
She sure did.
Yeah.
That was one of my funniest moments. So what about you? What was your funniest moment so far?
Like she said, she got to be watched, okay? She got to be watched. And because we are such glass half full type of people, we see humor in everything.
Everything.
And we're big movie buffs too.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we like
we
to
love
go
a
to the
good movie.
movies and see different things. But I remember a movie called Split. M. Night Shyamalan. I know y'all done seen it. If y'all haven't, go look it up. It's really
You
a good
pronounce
movie.
that good. I never can pronounce
Oh
that.
yeah, I've been a fan of his since The Village. But we went to the movies. Very randomly went to the movies, and there's a scene in the movie where this guy who has like 9 different personalities, he's in the camera and he's doing all these different things, or his body is turning into the personification of one of these different personalities that he has embodied. And this one, at the end of the movie, mind you, we're in a movie theater. There's people all over the place. She gets down on all fours on the carpet, and she's doing the same thing that the guy from, the main character, galloping on all fours across the carpet in front of all these people and for America to see. That's when I knew something was wrong with her. And I love it, though. I love that. Etc. Patricia and them.
Patricia. It was Patricia.
If y'all have
That
never
was
seen
a
that
great movie.
go see the movie so y'all can fully understand what I'm trying to explain. The woman was on all fours, galloping up the concourse at the movie
was
theater
somebody
in front of all the Americans here in Columbus.
Sober too.
That was the funniest
That's
moment.
concerning. That is.
I'm a little concerned, but you know what? We locked in, so it don't matter because you match my. We match each other. We do that kind of stuff, and people don't understand it.
They don't, but it's cool. I think we went to the movies with a few of our other friends too. But that was a good movie
Yes.
though. Like she
Yes,
said,
it was.
Go watch you some Split, because half of y'all are split.
Split.
Okay. We're gonna wrap our little friendship story up. So I got one more question.
Yes.
And we probably may answer the same. I'm not sure, but I'm curious. What has been one of the most hardest seasons we've walked through in your eyes together?
Ooh, like she stated, we go to the church together. I've been with her since day one with the transition of her father, and the transition of her now taking over the church. I think that's just the hardest transition. I just think we sometimes take for granted the seen, but also the unseen. There's a lot of things that we didn't know business-wise that our pastor, her father, our bishop, was kind of holding down, and we just kind of went into it like, oh no, let's just no. This has been far the hardest season to just fully understand the extent of the weight of just one man holding, and we're scrambling around during the week just trying to make ends meet, just the business side of it, accounts and just passwords, just you name it, we went through it. And again, from her side and me being her right man, so to speak, just the transition. It's not necessarily a transition for just us, but it's a transition for our church family too. And so to, watch them and how they're kind of going from, oh, that's just little Becky, who is now our pastor.
Right.
I just think these are just kind of one of the hardest things to ever go through and actually witness, because we never thought we would be in this boat a year and a half ago, right? So to just be here and just being with her, trying to just help her cope and, myself cope and my kids and the church family, I just would say that this is probably the hardest season that I have ever gone through with you.
I would have to agree with you right there. I think it is it has been one of the hardest seasons in our friendship. Not that it's just hard to manage a new space, new time, even though nothing was new to us being in the church, but just being able to manage, to me, from the perspective maybe she didn't really elaborate on, is now we're already friends before any of this transition happened. She was already in place in the church working to a capacity with the finances as she was before, but to shift that and understand that, wow, my father really was a G out here. He really was doing this on his own, 48 years of ministry. And then here we are trying to just take over something that someone left off, which was, we get set in our ways of how we do things. And then when that person's not there to give us the way to help the other people understand, it's a hard thing. And then being my friend, those two different dynamics of being my friend and now I'm her pastor.
Yep.
What the heck?
Right.
And how learning how to manage that space. I'm glad that I do have a connection with my right hand, armor bearer, my right hand, and we do know each other, because that does make it easier to go through this tough season. But then it's just like, this is a new space. Some people can be like, oh, that's my pastor now, I can't do certain things, or can't do.
Right.
Baby, you've been my friend first.
Yeah.
But that's a tough space.
Yes, it is.
And then for people to look in, oh, they just got together because this is just what fits. No, you don't know the before, and you ain't gonna understand the after if you couldn't understand the before. But that's the hardest part. And then trying to safely put people in a space to stay connected to what we still believe the vision and mission is of what God's doing, and then safely and soundly taking them there in this friendship space. In this human space, and then a spiritual space. That's tough. It's tough because people will crucify you.
Yeah.
People will hold things against you. People will think it's favoritism. People would think or don't understand. And honestly, we're learning as we're growing too. It's all new. So this has been a tough season, and we're still actually operating in it. But I would say the same. This has been by far the toughest, but we soldiers and we get through anything.
That's it. No
Because
limit soldiers.
God covers us. He covers us. But yes, okay, friend.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. She said it best. I mean, and with that being said, I mean, like, sometimes knowing how to turn it on and turn it off, right? Sometimes I have to put on the CFO hat. Sometimes she has to put on the pastor hat.
That part.
Sometimes, and it's nothing against, either party, but sometimes we need to know when we need to be checked.
Boundaries,
when we need to sit down, when we need to set boundaries and things like that. So again, sometimes it's just all about perception too, but a lot of times it's not what it seems. It's really not. Sometimes we've had to seek outside counsel, because it's not just Rebecca and Keisha,
No.
the friends. It's now a pastor and a whole CFO and an armor bearer, and we have to make executive decisions for the betterment of the
body,
congregation. It's not just about us. So, again, it's a lot of the behind the scenes that people don't fully understand, and it's not for them to understand, but we are just here to just kind of give you a glimpse of who we are outside of that and also inside. So,
Right, exactly.
so friend, where did the name Covered Girls come from? Where did we come up with that?
It was really, remember, I think my daughters helped us with our name. Or I don't remember how it kind of surfaced. Was it in Karen's?
Karen Salon?
Girl, it was somewhere. I know it went from two different spaces, and
Yeah.
I think we just, Cover Girls is just what it is, I think it's because we literally talk about everything. Everything. I mean, when you think of the word cover, and we talk about everything in our daily lives, and we just talk about everything. So we figure we're gonna talk about something, we're gonna talk about what we usually talk about, and then we cover and talk about everything. Everything. And that's just kind of where it is. And then we are actually covered with women of faith. We're not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. However, this is not going to be one of those podcasts either to where anybody who's not a believer won't be able to be attracted to what we're saying and our conversation.
Right.
Because we're not spiritually deep.
Right. We won't be hosting Bible studies every segment.
We definitely ain't doing that, because child, no. But we're going to be able to cover topics that every person can can understand, can relate to, can just be able to just tune in about, you know. So yeah, we're gonna cover everything. So while we're here, what are we gonna cover, friend?
Oh, we're going to cover a multitude of things. We have everything from dating after disappointment, church hurt. Church hurt. Now, not everybody get quiet on that because that's a real thing.
It
And we're not
is.
going to sweep that under the rug.
No.
So we are going to talk about that, but it's going to be things like marriage, motherhood,
Yes.
friendships, boundaries, money,
Yes.
healing, right? Because I'm still healing. Our identities, women and leadership, sex and purity, pop culture, therapy. Let me say that again. Therapy, right? Social media. And these are just to name a few. These are just to give some ideas.
Yeah, yeah. And yes, nothing is off limits. We're going to talk and cover everything. Remember, we're covered girls, gals, women, females.
Yes, ma'am.
Not only are we going to cover those topics, we also, like I said before, we have a covering. Our covering, we consider God. You know, we're really strong about our faith. We're really strong about who leads and guides us. So some of these episodes is going to have to steer from some faith insight because at the end of the day, we do not walk always in the natural. We are spiritual beings.
Right.
So we do understand the balance between that, and we're going to cover all that. So yeah. Our perspective is basically, you know, every episode will leave you with a covered perspective. And
you know, and today's perspective is this. You don't have to have everything figured out, right, to start. Sometimes obedience looks like pressing record. Just press record.
Boop.
And let God handle the rest.
I love that. So at the end of every episode, we're going to leave them with our perspective for the day. And you just said something. You don't have to have everything figured out.
No.
We ain't podcast. We weren't past podcast ready. You know, this set might look different tomorrow. Next episode, you know, as we work our way through. But guess what? We knew that we had something.
Right.
We knew that we had something valuable. We had something to give back to, because we're just mimicking and doing what works for our friendship. It has
right.
worked for us, and that's just having open conversations, being candid. But the perspective that we're always going to leave you with a perspective in today, just press record. Sometimes it's not about obedience. She said it's just like what we're doing. Friend, press record.
Gotta let God handle the rest.
That part, because that's the perspective for today's episode. Outside of understanding who me and Keisha are, outside of understanding where we're going to go with this, how did this get started, the perspective that we want to leave to you today is just get started. Take what you got inside of you and make it a need for someone else.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what, friend? I just thought about something.
Okay.
For our next segment, our next series, our next
episode 2. Episode 2. We want to hear from you.
Yes, we want to hear anything you got to give us, whether it's a story, a topic, if you want to remain anonymous, or if you want us to give you a shout out, we can do that too.
Yeah. So the next episode is on you. That's episode 2. And the best topic is going to be covered.
That's it.
All right. It's on you.
And so remember,
We cover the topics.
God covers the girls.
So until next time, stay you, stay true, and stay covered. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Covered girl.